Welcome back, everyone, to our year of self-care. Last week, we were invited to explore Revelation and to slow down and to begin to just listen to our life and trust that our path would be revealed. And I told you all that that was really ringing super true for me. And that is because I've been spending a lot of time really thinking about my next steps when it comes to my mom. So if you've been following me for a while, you know that my mom lives in a nursing home in St. Louis. She has Alzheimer's, and I get back to visit her as often as I can. Things were kind of disrupted, of course, with COVID, but I recently got back there and had a visit with her. And, I just leaving that time with her, it was too short. I did not feel good about it. And I'm really, nursing homes are nursing homes. They do the best they can, but there's a lot that just really needs to happen. And I've just felt like, I really couldn't affect the change or really spend the time with my mom that I wanted to. And so I got back to San Francisco and was just feeling uneasy. And, I go through this pretty much every single time I visit my mom, but there was something just a little bit different. She was even, more frail this time when I went to visit her. She's lost a lot of weight, and just really sensing that we're, nearing, the end of the line. Though, given that most of the people on that side of the family live into their 90s and she's only 86, like we could potentially have many more years. Long story short, I've been back and forth and back and forth. Like, should I move to St. Louis? Should I make a more permanent change? And then by way of getting quiet, having some me time, a few episodes of This Is Us, I woke up with a really clear decision. And that is how that happens sometimes, right? Your path, it's sometimes like, try this out, try that out, try that out. And then other times you just wake up and you're crystal clear and you're like, yep, this is what I need to do. So I made a decision to find a way to spend some extended time in St. Louis, starting at the end of July. And so I'm reaching out to friends and family. This is so important that we have connections and community and that we ask for help and support. Because I just want to go temporarily. So I don't want to rent a house or rent an apartment or anything like that. And so I've begun, having those conversations and starting to hear from some friends and family who could host me, maybe for a month here, maybe for a week there. So I'm actually putting the word out to all of you as well. My plan is to go at end of July and hopefully to stay through November at the least, and then kind of reassess and see where I'm at with things at that point. And so if you know someone who might be willing to host me, if you have a spare bedroom, if you know someone who's going to be traveling and they need a house sitter or a pet sitter, any of those things, I'm down. I just, it's a little bit of an adventure. It's not my usual MO. I usually like to have things very clearly planned, but I'm just going to go and trust, because I really feel like this is where I need to put some of my time and my energy right now. So I don't know if you had some nice revelations this past week about your life path, but that's what's up for me. And so your good energy, your prayers, your support, and any resources that you might have that could potentially help me out with this little adventure, I am down. Okay. So, without further ado, what are we going to be exploring this week when it comes to the world of self-care? Okay, it's goals. Oh man, people have like a love-hate relationship with this word, and I get it. The invitation is to set a goal, write it down, and check this out, release the outcome. Okay, another little word for me this week. Small steps make a difference. Oh my goodness. I am constantly reinforcing this message to my clients that when you are healing, we want that big shift. We want the big change. We want the aha. We want everything to drop away and to just be there at the end of the journey. And it can feel frustrating when you're in the process and it's all about these little incremental changes. But all of those little incremental changes add up to the big shift that you're really wanting. I love this invitation to have an idea in mind. It's a really great idea to write it down, have it present, put it in your face so that you can see it, remember it, connect with it. But then releasing some attachment to the outcome. When we do goal setting and beyond surviving, I constantly reinforce to my clients, measurable results are not here to measure your worth or your value. They're just a way of setting some markers and some guideposts on this journey. And so, they might need to move. You might get into something and then you might realize, hey, I need to shift this. I need to change this. I need to do it a little bit differently. Ooh, I bit off more than I can chew. This is the number one thing that people, I think, do wrong when setting goals is they try to go from 0 to 60, right? Like, okay, I'm going to get into shape and I'm going to start walking every single day when you haven't been walking at all. So we've got to take those little small steps. I'm going to walk to the end of the block and back. And that's a win, and that counts, and that's fabulous, and that's awesome. Okay, so when we're thinking about self-care, things that help us thrive, goals are that. They help draw us forward into our life. They give us intention and inspiration and effort and motivation and a sense of purpose, a sense of accomplishment, yeah? And all those things really can help us thrive. So set some goals this week, make sure they're really small, and remember to just let things go, whatever the outcomes are. Check that out. Be curious. Don't use it as an opportunity to beat yourself up. Please don't do that. And then let me know what you're up to this week, okay? As always, if there's anything I can do to be a support to you, I'm here. Reach out. Until next time, take good care of you.